Hello, hello, hello. Right, let's just get a few people here. My crazy hair. Oh, that's good. I can see myself. I left my hair turban on while my hair was wet for hours, so my hair's gone a bit crazy. Right, let's get you up in here. I'm on my old phone stand at the moment while we're still unpacking. I haven't got the new one yet. Hello, I think that's Mary. Yes, hello Mary. Can you hear me okay, Mary? And see me? Let me put my new fancy light on so you can see better. Who's that sneaking in? I see a Xena. Hello Xena. And while I'm looking on my phone, I've got a great big computer in front of me. I've got a fancy new computer and a fancy new light. Shall I show you? Here's my new computer so I can watch you all. And here's my fancy new light. And here's a little look around the room if you didn't catch it the first time, where most of the stock is. We'll ignore all the stuff behind me where it's not organised still. Excellent, thank you Mary. So let's put you back up here. Now I've been out of demos for a while now, so I didn't really know what to do. Not got any inspiration, but you know, there was nothing jumping out at me to do, so I had an idea and I asked Adi, my partner, to go to my box and pick out 6 sheets of paper, so no direction from me whatsoever. And this is what he picked out, mainly AB Studio. So he picked out the Vintage People sheet, picked that one out, picked this one out, which doesn't go as well with the others, but I'm sure I can make it work. So this is from Mayday. Love this range, but it doesn't go as well. Flowerful Life AB Studio, which is from the Dreamland collection. And then this is when it got a bit different. This was 13 Arts. Hello Morg. Victoriana, which I love, but I'm like, ooh, that's a bit different to the rest. Then we've got Craft a Clock Hummingbird papers. I've got the packs of this in. I'm going to sneeze in a moment just to warn you. Oh, excuse me, something tickled my nose. And then another Christmassy sort of sheet. Breeze the Forest sheet 2. So, oh, sugar. I've got parcel, folks. Bear with me a sec. I'll be back in 2 minutes. Sorry about that, I'm coming back now. Oh, in a flat now, so I have to go up and down the stairs. What did I miss? Hello, Katrina, Deb. You don't like flowers for Christmas? I kind of do, because I'm not a traditional Christmas person. But yeah, sometimes they don't go. So like this is quite subtle, I think. So there was that. And then during our many boxes of packaging, I got these cool pieces of thick cardboard I always love to keep because they make great canvases. And these 2 pieces fit really well on top of each other. So I'm going to use those. And these papers somehow. So I think our first job is I want to stick this to this to make our base and gesso it. So we're going to start with that. And then I'll have a think what we're actually going to do. So, I'm a little bit prepared. 3D gel from Fabric Deco. Now just to warn you, I've just remembered, I may well have another parcel shortly. So I might have to run off again in a moment. Forgot I ordered something from Amazon. Right, let's get a palette knife. Give this a stir because this pot's not been opened for a bit. Yeah, thick cardboard is the best. That's the good thing about all these things we have to open. So it's not particularly heavy, however it's quite thick, and I haven't decided what I'm putting on it yet. So I want to be, you know, fairly generous. Don't need to go right to the edge, just get a good amount in the middle. Oh yes, I have a strange thing, so I have anxiety, as I've told you before, and one of my problems is stairs. I think I have a bit of a post-traumatic stress thing with stairs, because my brain associates that with panic attacks, because I've had quite a few panic attacks associated with stairs, because I have IBS as well, and where I've charged up the stairs then had a resulting panic attack. So it's kind of good. I think they call it immersion therapy, where you basically what's the word, you the thing that causes you anxiety or whatever, fear, you sort of immerse yourself in it. So like, say you're frightened of spiders, you go near spiders, etc, etc, and build up to, say, holding a spider. So having the stairs, I have to use the stairs now. I can't get into my house without the stairs. So I'm already noticing I'm getting better at it. So yeah, it's kind of good in a weird way. Right, so I've just put that on. I've given it a bit of a squeeze. Get some wipes. I forgot to get a rubbish bag. Yeah, but it's good because I can't avoid it now. You know, at work there's an escalator and then a short set of stairs I can take instead. So I can sort of avoid it to a large extent. But now I can't. So I've got to just kind of get on with it. I can take my time. But yeah, I have to do it. So it's kind of good. Right, so that's stuck on. Hello, Nikki. I'm just going to give it a little blast to just help it set a bit. Now this heat gun has been in storage for a while. So it's sounding a bit funny. It'll take a little bit to get going with it. Smells like it's been next to something else. Right, so that's that. Let's give it some gesso. Now, did I get gesso? I don't think I did. Right, gesso. I need some white gesso. One thing I forgot. It's just below me here. So let's go and have a look. There we go, white gesso. Ugh. It's so nice to be back, honestly. I've really missed it. I was getting a little bit depressed that I couldn't create, to be quite honest. I need to put you at a bit of a funny angle. Or I need to be at a funny angle, because my camera is at a funny angle. That's better, I hope. Ooh. There we go. Right, so I've got Fabrica white gesso. And I'm going to give this a coat now. I'm not going to go nuts, just one coat will be enough. It's just to knock back some of that brown colour and also give it a better base for me to put my mediums onto. So it hasn't got to be perfect. Hello Kasha, hi Natalie, I'm good, thank you. I'm really happy to be back. I've missed this so much and talking to you all, and just felt a bit like I've been a bit rubbish. I know it's for a good reason, but I've really felt poop not being able to give you all my attention, because I really do enjoy our little community, and I've not liked not being able to get on here. And if you follow us on Kits and Caboodles page, where we do our lovely kits with Hobbylicious and Kasha, I will also be live on there later at 5 o'clock. Now, I was going to do it earlier, then we had to have an electrician come, and in the end he came really early, which was great. And there wasn't actually a problem in the end. Well, there was, but not very much. Oh, thank you, Natalie. It was a very easy problem to fix. It was just something was a bit stiff in there, so you just loosen that up and it was all fixed. So away he went quite early, but I didn't know how long he was going to be here, so I had to change the times. Yeah, thanks, Natalie. That's really good. Yeah, I'm going to be on there at 5, Nikki. And if you can't catch it live, don't worry. You can watch it on catch up later as well. I don't always fuss with the sides, but because this cardboard is so thick, I'm just giving it a little coat on the sides as well. And then we'll figure out what to do. Now, I looked at the sort of colours. There's some red in there and some Christmas. And a lot of vintage, so I'm wondering if to do something a little bit Christmassy, perhaps. Ah, that's no problem. That's understandable. It is tea time. I was hoping to do it a lot earlier, but unfortunately today was not able to. And I haven't got my mat, so if you're wondering what this strange paper and everything on my desk is, my mat's still in the car at the moment. So I'm making do with some a plastic bag and some packaging paper today, just to try and keep the desk clean. So this is our office / demo area. No worries, Mary. That'd be great. Anytime you can watch it, it's fab. And they won't go anywhere unless Facebook takes them away. Right, so there we go. We've got a bit of gesso everywhere now. Now I'm on plastic, so I need to be very careful when I'm drying this to lift it off. We don't want to melt the plastic to the desk. So let's get my heat tool in. Oh, it's so nice to see so many of you on here. Thanks for bearing with me. Also some good news if you didn't hear. Now I'm got my stock back in my house rather than at the storage unit. We'll be posting every 1 to 2 days. Originally we slowed down the postage because of COVID. The first lockdown was a bit overwhelming and we didn't really know what to do or what to think of things or how to act, and you know, now we know the post office is perfectly safe and all that. We can carry on posting as normal. So yeah, we're posting every 1 to 2 days now. At the moment, since we moved in, I've been posting every day, I think. So it helps me not to get so stressed having 30 parcels to pack. It helps you because it gets there quicker, and it helps my post office because they don't have so many parcels to process at once. So that's good for everyone. Right, there we go. We've got, ooh, I forgot to dry the sides. Right, we've got a nice base on there. Now, what are we doing? I have no idea at this stage. So, I think we should start with some paper and some colour. So, let's have a look. I do like this bear down here. So, I might use him. But I need something for the background first. So let's see what he gave me. I've got this one that could go on as the background. Should we do that? That's a nice neutral vintagey background, and I'd like some of that music. So if I roughly work out a shape. And then if you tear towards you, you get this nice white edge. Okay, that's going to be my base, I think. No, that one, this one here is Cracker Clock. It's from the Hummingbird song range, which we did a Kits and Caboodle kit with. But you can find the paper pads in store as well. So it's Hummingbird. Yeah, it's a nice paper. So I don't want to use 3D gel for paper. I don't need anything quite so thick. So this is medium acrylic transparent, or you'll hear it called soft matte gel or matte medium. All means the same thing, just different brands call it different things. So let's get stuck on. So this is good for gluing papers, decoupage, and I think thinner. It's very sticky but very thin, so it's like a collage medium if you like. But you can also use it to seal things, so going over the top. You can get a gloss version as well. I don't mind if the edges stick up a little bit. It just gives us a bit of texture, doesn't it? So so that's going to be my kind of background. Apologies, you can't see as much as normal because I'm on the old stand. Right, now I think we need some colour. So I'm thinking to go with this kind of Christmas vibe that's in here. So these dark reds, some greens. So let's have a look. Maybe Tiger's Eye. A bit fiery Paul. That could be nice. Let's get some paint as well. I've now got little trolleys. They're not Rascogs, they're the smaller ones. I've forgotten the name of them. But they're awesome. Some Carmen maybe. And Emerald. And what else have I got here? That's nice to have on my paints at reach. Let's see. Yeah, I like the bear. He just appealed to me today for some reason. Let's start with those and see how we get on. Ooh, cats are having a fight. Right, so these are liquid acrylic, so it works exactly the same as an acrylic paint, but liquid, very, very pigmented, permanent when dry with a slight gloss like an acrylic would. So we just need a tiny drop. I know I've forgotten my water spritzer. That's fine, I'll just have to use my water, although that's got gesso in. Let me just get some clean water. Oh, actually no, my water spritzer is in here. I remember. It is somewhere in this tray. Everything's new. So, oh, where's my thing? Here it is. Ta-da! Now I'm on the plastic, aren't I? Another bonus of working on plastic. I can just spray it on my mat. Right, so That's not quite the colour I want. Let's get my colours mixed up. Magenta. Let's pop a little bit of magenta in there as well. Wanted a more reddy colour than orange. I got confused there. That's a bit better. Oh, it's still a bit orangey. I can fix that a bit later. Not a problem. So you can see how strong that colour is from just a few drops. So I'm just kind of dabbing it on. So, you know, sometimes materials are more expensive than others, but not always is the case. But, you know, a lot of the time that's because they go a lot further or they're a good quality. And I think that's the case with the Finnabair products. The mediums, I think, last really well and you use less. And I mean, just look how strong these colours are. Oops, there's a bit of wet gesso there. So we'll bring in some of just the red in a minute. So that's what colour I meant to use in the first place. And I could dilute this down even further if I wanted to. And because they're acrylic as well, you can layer them. So can you see how they're blending to form a sort of brownie colour? But you can see when they're dry, you'll see one on top of the other. They're semi-transparent. Yeah, that is a yummy colour. This is emerald. And there is also a deep turquoise, which is a nice colour. So let's get magenta on its own this time, just to make that a bit more ready. So this is magenta. And remember, this is only my first layer as well. So if I don't like it, that's absolutely fine. I've got loads of layers to go yet. Or I can cover or change the colour. Hi Shelby. Oh, I'm glad you've got some time. That is good. I'm so glad I finally got time to sit down for you. Oh, it's so nice to be back. Right, so I'm going to dry that. And that's going to be my base. Now I've got these colour glows as well to go on, but I don't want all these colours to merge together too much. So I need to stop and dry. And these dry fairly quick. And they are liquid, so they're thin. They're not heavy bodied. And I love that texture of the cardboard. Can you see that? Lovely ridges in there. Oops, sorry. Doesn't need to be bone dry. I just want to get it dry enough it's not going to form brown. So see that really interesting texture there? I like that. Right, so now we're going to go a little bit deeper. I'm still reading my comments on the phone even though I've got a massive camera in front of me. Hello Val. Right, so Fire Opal and Tiger's Eye now. So this is going to give me more of a red and also a deeper, darker green. So always open these over something, because they're a wide jar, and give them a tap on the lid as well, helps a bit, and leave yourself some space. Okay, then we're going to activate them with some water. So I usually spray next to it so I don't fling the powder everywhere. Okay, let's get a new paintbrush. Ooh, reaching. Right, let's start with my red. So this is the Fire Opal. It's quite a orangey red again. I might mix some of the ruby red in as well, I think. So this is ruby. This is more of a red. You see that's much richer, deeper colour. That's better. That's the sort of Christmassy colour I was after. And I'm just gonna dab along. Now these are also metallic, so they're two tone. So you've got your flat colour and then your shimmer in there as well. So Mika's in there. I'm just kind of overlapping and building this colour all around, trying to add some on the sides as well to get my kind of background for whatever we're doing next. Right, and now let's go into that tiger's eye. So this is like a coppery colour, and I might actually grab some of the emerald as well. Emerald for a bit of green. Let's put a bit of you in there as well. Oop, that was a bit too much. Carried away there. So now we've got a really dark greeny brown colour. Oh yes, that's nice for like that kind of tree colour of Christmas. It's very bright. If this is too bright for you, you could dry it and knock it back a bit with some white gesso. If that's just a bit too much for you. I quite like it at the moment. Oh, don't paint the mouse. I don't think he'd appreciate that. This is the problem of a dual purpose desk. It will eventually, we all know, get covered in paint and whatever. But that's the price we pay. Right, that looks quite nice. Okay, let's dry and then we'll start some work. And you can see that pearl lesson from the magic paints there. Now, I'm sorry, I'm going to mention the C word that's Christmas, nothing rude. We are getting closer, and if you are after something for Christmas, especially this year with COVID, I'm also mentioning that C word, get them in as soon as possible. If you want to do a gift to a friend, I can do a gift voucher code, and I can even send them it in a card or give it to you to write in a card. If you want to order someone a present, you want to do a lucky dip, or you know, something in mind, let me know. You want something yourself, your partner to order for you, let me know, and the sooner the better, because post is going to be bad this year, I think. Post is slower anyway because people are operating on skeleton staff a lot of places, and with COVID obviously a lot of people are staying at home, they're shopping online, so there's going to be a lot more going through the system. So I would get in there as soon as you can. So that's enough of that. No, it's too much. Right, I think I want stencil, so let me grab a stencil. Let's have a look. Where are my stencils? Here we are. I do have some Christmassy stencils somewhere, I can find them. Oh, I know. Let's try this one. Okay. So a splotchy one. Let's get some paste. I can see one there. Oh, cracking paste though. Oh, but I don't know where my primer is. No, we'll stick with normal paste today because it's right in front of me. Sorry. Right, I've got Prima paste here. It's the one that was in front of me. It's a very good paste, very thick, very smooth. So let's use that. And this is an AB Studio stencil. I'm not sure if I've got this one in store. I'll tell you the code anyway. It's 227. If I haven't, I'll get some next order because it's nice. Now, modelling paste is semi-porous. So where we've got water-based medium, so at paints, it will absorb some of that colour. So that's just something to bear in mind. If you don't want it to do that, you would need to seal the surface first. So dry it and spray with a fixative, or carefully apply something like a gel medium to seal that surface first. If you've got it really dry, it might not happen too much. So you could be lucky. Okay, that'll do. Right, get a wipe. Oh. How is it? I've got a desk twice as big as the other one. Yeah, I seem to be struggling more for space. How does that work? To be fair, it's not very organised at the moment. I'll just give my stencil a wipe. You need to get paste off, and especially gels, or else you're going to wreck the stencils. So I've just used a wipe carefully because I'm not going to run off to the sink. Right, let's give that a dry. So you can see what I was on about. Down here, can you see where it's slightly absorbing that red colour? I don't mind that. So that's dry. Yeah. Yeah, new desk. And there's just stuff everywhere generally at the minute, because we've not finished unpacking yet. We're getting there, but there's still, you know, random things everywhere. And look at that. I used the whole of the stencil. Can you see that circle? But it looks quite good. So they have those holes on, so you can put them on rings and hang them and stuff. AB Studio stencils and Hobbylicious stencils are very good quality mylar material they're made from, so you can clean them quite well. Just be careful of any delicate, very intricate designs, how you clean them. But do clean them. The best thing is to get them in hot soapy water as soon as you can. Oh, I overheated that bit. Oops. If you start to see it bubbling, just use the heat away. Let's see there, I overheated it a bit. It's popped. It's okay, it'll give us a nice texture. Okay, right, what are we gonna do next? Thank you. Right, so let's look at the paper now. So we did like this bear, so I think he's gonna feature maybe this kind of bit here. So let's chop that out. Now, where have I hidden my scissors? Here they are. So we're definitely having him. We're gonna have him, maybe something from the other side, maybe this nice floral bit. Right, so let's kind of roughly cut out, or fussy cut these. So I keep my scissors still and I use my other hand to steer the paper. I think that's a lot easier. You get a smoother edge and I find it's a lot easier on my wrist. Thank you, Hannah. By the way, I may have already said thank you. My brain, especially when I'm working, my short-term memory is useless. So, got this nice, I might chop that into two actually, I think. Okay, so two little florals. We've got this bear, which I need to cut this out a little bit. Okay, so let's see. It's time to start playing now. Too keen on that really sharp edge there. have him down there. We're going to have that there. And this. Something like that. Or is my bear going to be in the middle? Decisions, decisions. Thanks, Nikki. Have a good time. Well, not a good time, but you know what I mean. Have a good trip. A good time. You're only going on the score. That looks better. Yes, that's it. Right, so that's that. Okay. That's rubbish. Okay, something else. I'm only using the papers that he gave me. I'm not going to use any other papers. I'm not going to use all of them, but only the ones he picked me. I'm wondering if maybe these leaves might be too much. Right, I need some chipboards or woods or something. So let's have a rummage through here. Let me just go over here a second. Can't quite reach. I need something to raise stuff up. There's all my scraps. I have a lot of Christmassy stuff personally in my own stuff, so I find something that works. I did keep out some flowers. I've got some fabric. Now I've got a Christmas mould. I wish I'd made some. Folded them perfectly. Let's have a look through my mouldy bits. Mouldy bits. A fun check. Oh, lovely, and thank you, Natalie. Nice to meet you, Hannah. Is it Hannah or Anna? Is it a silent H? A Hannah or an Anna? Possibly an Anna. I'm just having a look through my moulds. See if I've got anything nice in here that could work. Keyhole. Mold. Oh, great. That's nice that you met each other. It's a little rose. Maybe another flower. So that'll do for them. And then I've got some metals over here as well. Let's have a rummage. I literally pulled out a random handful. Let's see. I'll start constructing in a moment. Right, so let's start building. Oh, bye Natalie. See you later. Okay, so I'm going to take those off for now. I'm thinking I'm going to break carefully this in two, and it's going to sit either side of my bear, like so, and I'll put something under the bear. No, this was coming out here. Is that right? Right, so building and playing. That's gonna go up there. It's gonna stick out there. We can mimic this same piece in the middle, cut this metal in half, and have that stick out as well. Like so. Okay, I think we're ready to build. Right, so I'm going to keep that piece flat just so we can build some dimension. So I'm going to switch to my 3D gel for everything now, so I can be sure that everything sticks. Right, so let's start with that one first. Let's get rid of that. And then we have this flower. And 3D gels, heavy gels are really good for sticking your metals. Gels are great because they just get in those awkward little spots and fill in the holes and spaces. Really heavy metals like this one, you may need heavy body gel. The Prima one is fantastic. Right, now I do have some fabric I may put under this one. So this, believe it or not, was a Halloween fabric. I've had it for ages now. The very first time I met Leslie, we bought this from the range. So quite a long time ago now. And I just keep snipping little bits away. And it's great for everything. You can dye it and I love it. So I'm going to stick a bit of that down first. Just going to put a few touches of gel to hold it. Okay, now Sorry, I want to keep whacking the camera. Stick that one down. Just to get an idea of where to put this one. There we go. And the gel will dry clear, so don't worry. If you can scrape off sort of, you know, really big bits of excess gel, that'd be great. Now I need to build up a little base for my bear to sit on, because he's just not going to sit on there properly. So I've got here in a bag all my scraps of grey board, chipboard. Don't throw those away, they're very, very useful. So I'm going to build up a little plinth for him to sit on. So I'm going to fill this gap here for the bear to sit on, so you won't see it. It's going to go underneath. I'm using my 3D gel again. This is grey board, but chipboard, anything you've got like this will do. So 3 might possibly be enough. Let's have a look. Now I want him to sit higher than everything else, so he's the kind of star of the show. So I'm going to go another one high. And then more gel there to stick him down. Okay, but I want it now a wider piece so that my paper doesn't curl. Okay. Perfect. Now I need to move that metal further in. Another joy of gel, you have time to move things before it dries. So that corner looks okay. Now I need to do the same here with this piece, not as high as the bear. So we'll go maybe too high. What time is it? Oh, not even an hour yet. I'm enjoying myself. So we'll put that right there. And then fit these in. I need to go a little bit higher with my floor so that I can tuck my this piece rather, so I can tuck the floor into it. That's better. So now that slides under a bit easier. Still poking up a little bit, but that's okay. I can live with that. And these are these are all clay ones, so I've used Prima modeling material. I also use resin, and these have been made using Prima molds. This is a little Finnabair metal leaf that I absolutely love those. So I think that's our kind of construction done. I want to add a little bit of colour to those flowers, but nothing too drastic. So I think I'm just going to wax them actually. Let's see. Let's try a little bit of mint sparkle. I'm not going to gesso them. They are made with clay. Oh, this is a new wax. So they're a little bit juicy when they're first new. So if they're really juicy, you can just leave lid off for a bit, let the air dry them out a bit. Now, I do think I put my brush in here somewhere. Did I imagine that? Let's just use an old brush for now, just so I can get down into the crevices of this flower. And when you do it onto white gessoed surface or the natural surface, you get a really subtle hint. And the more you buff it, whoa, okay, that's not good. Rescue the Starbucks. Luckily it went onto paper. Too much stuff on the desk. What was I saying? Oh yeah, wax. It's fine. Yeah, you can just buff them up and get a nice sparkle, like a shimmer. So start with a very small amount and build it up. Once you put a big blob on, it's very hard to get rid of that again and not have this nasty blob of wax. Okay, we'll do a bit on here as well, just to match it. Now we'll be getting the new Finnabair waxes in the tubes soon. It's on my list for this month. Obviously with moving and just trying to keep up with all Christmas releases and you know, moving house as well, we've had to be a bit more careful with money. There's some things I know I've neglected in the shop which I need to sort out for you, so it is coming, don't worry. We'll add a little bit on here just so we kind of tie the three sections together. Go onto the paper a little bit as well. Just like you would ink the edges of paper, you can wax them as well. Look like your old earrings. What, these ones? Hello Mum, by the way. Right, so finishing touches and time now, I think. So I like this. This is some Prima flowers. It's too much as it is, so what I might do is snip this in half carefully. Now I'll have to put the beads on one side. So be a bit careful here. So I kind of snip at the top. What this? Oh, these. Right, so let's see what that's given me. That up there. So think about how you use things. Use things liberally and sensibly, you know. I don't want to waste that really pretty, and frankly, you know, they're not the cheapest flowers, by hiding it all under my paper. So by snipping it in two, I've made two embellishments from it. Yeah, they're gorgeous, aren't they? I need to get some more. So in our flower mixes, you'll find a lot of Prima flowers, if you'd like to see some. And it's a way, by getting our flower mixes, you don't have to get a whole pack of something. You can have a bit of a few different types. That's another thing I need to restock, is our flowers. So if you have anything you want to see, over Christmas, the shop goes a bit quieter, but it's then the time where I sort of look at restocking our kind of core lines. You know, seasonal is sort of done with, and I can concentrate on our core lines and get it back to where it should be. Now I'd like to match these tones a bit. So I'm going to get my favourite Wax Age brass. Oh, a new one as well. Wow, where have I got all these new waxes from? Yeah, because sometimes you just, you know, you want the odd flower, but you don't want a whole pack of something. You know, you think, oh, that's really pretty, but I don't need 10 of them. Or I want a selection of flowers. I don't want all one type of flower. Or I want different colours or seasonal things. And that's a good way to do it with our flower mixes. And we also have some trimmings bundles as well. So things like this material, different laces and fabrics and things that are perfect for layering in your mixed media. Okay, I'm going to go on to the stenciling a little bit. So I'm trying to think about finishing touches now. We're at the end of the process. So I think I'll have AD do this again, because this was actually really fun. I'll have him pick something again. I'm just going around the edge now with this brass. You can do it with your finger. This would be fine to do with your finger now, because we've not got to get into little nooks and crannies now. And I'm going on to the bottom base as well. So we tie everything together. And it just needs a sentiment finish, I think. Oh gosh, yeah. Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah. The Prima ones. Yeah, they came in like little jars and stuff, didn't they? Now, let's see what I've got. I don't know if these will be too big. Let's have a look. Actually, I've got some Christmas stickers. Let me use those. Sorry, I've gone a bit sniffy or something. Some Prima chipboards here. What have we got? Maybe just that basic Christmas time. Oop. Perfect. And just to be sure, because we're sticking it on paste and mediums, we'll add a bit of the 3D gel on the back to make sure it stays there. And this, you could add some string to hang this for Christmas. You could put it on your door, on your wall, on your mantelpiece, something like that. And that's just how it looks like if I want anything else from here. This is a nice little vintage, the Dearborn Dairy Co. 1 pint. And this is where I need to stand up really to check that it looks straight. So let's have a look. So he's a little bit, that's not too bad. And maybe one other thing. Let's have a look. That's a pretty flower. They are adhesive on the back, but I like to just be sure. With a bit of gel as well, because those glues do dry out eventually. Try and do my triangle. Helps sort of focus your eye on the centre. So we've got triangles. We've got this repetition. We've got this to bounce. And the flowers echoing each other, and here. So patterns to help the eye and also bounce throughout the piece. I do tend to work in diagonals quite a lot, but that's just habit, I suppose. So that's it, I think. So this is my Christmassy faux canvas, and it was a challenge to use 6 random papers chosen by my partner. I didn't use them all. I think I used 2 papers, and when I saw them all, I thought, oh, that's interesting. But I'm really pleased with how this turned out, and a great way to recycle. This is built on packaging, not on a canvas. So really good way to save yourself some money and also look after the environment a little bit. Let's use what we have instead of creating more waste. That would have just gone in the bin. So keep your cardboard. Not only is it good for working on, but like I did with the grey boards, you can use it to add dimension instead of paying out for foam dots and things, which quite honestly in this kind of work aren't really that useful anyway. They don't really stick well enough. So I hope you enjoyed that. I really did enjoy that. So nice to create again. And if you're around later or on catch up, I'll be on the Kits and Caboodle page at 5 o'clock using our secret garden kit. So I hope to catch you again later. Thank you for watching, and this will be available to watch back. And if you have any questions, do give me a shout, and you can get your supplies at thompsonscraftsupplies.com. Thank you, ladies. Bye bye.